Thank you for being here. We started the recording and hopefully that's showing all right. And thank you to the global village, whoever is watching this in this moment, the Heart Inquiry Group Collective, to unite through the heart and to keep rippling with love, fierce love in this world that needs it more than ever. Today's topic, it always arrives usually 20 minutes, half an hour before, no matter how much the mind was trying earlier to just force it. Nothing is arising. It's power and truth. And I had a quite an intense kind of release before we started. And the words just poured through. So I'll start with that today. Very different way of starting. We usually start with meditation. And then that will lead us, like a wave, smooth us into a meditation / talk, whatever comes. And then we can share. Is that okay? Yeah. So firstly, arrive, this word that we use every day, and we infinitely attempting to capture its essence. And we're only trying because we are already arrived. But for the start of this meditation, take a couple of inhales in breaths into your body. Giving yourself full permission to be here. Letting go of all the to-do lists. What happened, what hasn't happened. Submerging deeper in this moment. Opening up our ears of our heart so we can truly hear the messages that we're meant to hear. So this is what came through. I have always been here, witnessing your innocent pursuit of happiness. I am the land you leave, so you find me. Return to me in this moment, fresh like your heartbeat. I am the home that homes all of existence in you. All pain and all sorrow, all innocent forgetting. All rage and hatred and grief. I am not scared of what you bring. I home it all within my embrace. I am the hungry mouths and the feeding hearts all at once. The Holy Church is my breath. oiling you from the inside since your first moments of life. I am the temenos of deep alchemy in the temple of your body. And I am the most sacred portal to the one beloved, infinite Lord and Creator. Here, I'm here to be braiding you in an ever unfolding plait of power and surrender. Will you surrender? Or what do we mean when we say power and truth? Can be convoluted and confused at times. And we are at the time that we're reframing power, moving hopefully and slowly away from a power over paradigm to a power with paradigm. Power from within. And the irony is that we know this place in ourselves very, very well. And life brings us to our knees, and we keep returning and discovering new layers of truth and power. And the deeper we go in this spiral of unraveling, the sharper the truth gets. The more refined it becomes. And I don't equate power different to love. For me, it's one and the same thing. True love, true power, is what the moment calls. And it can be soft or it can be fierce. It's calling us to keep anchored in the trust of our deep soul's knowing that what we yearn for, we end up projecting on each other, we end up forgetting ourselves. The spiral continues, as this is part of the content of the human experience. And all of this swirling like a Sufi dance is here, manifesting and expressed in the unmanifest. So power that's rooted in deep, fierce love can move mountains. And it's a place that doesn't need anything more other than what the moment is. Our innocent minds can run a mile ahead and make plans and have goals and visions and get caught up very quickly back in that chain of seeking. But true power is so fiercely loving that can become a sword in that moment if that's needed. And sometimes the swirling is too fast, and that's okay. That place of power has no agenda to fix or to heal or to strive for a place of completion. It's already complete. It doesn't intend or have any striving to polish any edges, to look more or less spiritual, to look more or less powerful, more or less loving, to soften the hard surfaces. No, it's a place of pure completion. Just like the ocean and the waves, the sea does not expect the waves to be other than how they are. And there is an innate knowing that they always return back, merging with the waters of the ocean. So the unraveling of this power, of this path, is continuously inviting us to answer anew each time. Will we keep trusting? And will we keep surrendering? And it is not a path for the faint of hearted. It can be excruciating and painful because we can hold it, and holding it in community can ripple when trained in a collective field that can ripple far, far, far away. It's the power of presence. The perfume of this power is the byproduct, if I could use this word, of ending with a sword love the game of separation. Ending it here and now. There's no more time to be wasting. And we're collectively being invited to awaken into that true power. The descending of the energy of this power can be really potent for the body. So we're being danced in the energetics of this life force, of this grace that wants to move us, each one of us, in different ways, in a unique dance, in a unique movement that is aligned with our soul's purpose. It's the power of the Holy Trinity, mind, body, spirit, merging through the union of this knowing, of this truth that is not excluding anything, not even excluding itself. So often people get hooked up on things that get in the way for reaching what might sound like a destination somewhere out there. And we're forgetting that whatever is appearing to get in the way is actually the way. And that's a challenge for our human minds, who is used to and conditioned on a deep cellular level to control, to grasp, to know and understand. This place of truth and power lives in the body. And it is a place of unknowing and unraveling and untangling back into who we are. Watching all separation thinking dissolve and its fairness. Any thoughts that might separate us in any moment, they might be here now. How deeply can we let our hearts be broken open? This is the new power that we're weaving. Minds might want to rush and understand, and that's okay. It's like a little child running anxiously away from mommy, but always keep looking back. Is mommy still there? And mommy's always here. The great mother, the great spirit. And our human wounding can get in the way for truly trusting the movement of grace through us, to really, truly, fully trust how life wants to keep bringing us back to our aliveness and vitality. And we often tend to project onto spirit, onto life, onto God, whatever word you choose, attachment relationships that we've had as children. So if we've been anxiously attached, like I was, for a good while, I would really doubt. And I'm still dancing with that, but I'm not believing this doubt anymore has weakened into its power and its intensity. The more we root and stay focused in the light of our awareness, the light of our heart and our knowing, despite all the movement from the, call it the dark forces or the trauma that might want to get us away, to anchor in self-victimhood or in ways that we feel badly done by life And I'm a very privileged woman sitting here saying all of these things. So I make damn sure I'm using my privilege well for the greater whole. I'm not deluded in my privilege. So this is the power of this invitation to return back into our truths that we know deeply in our hearts of hearts. This knowing is ancient, more ancient one than the Western civilized, in quotation marks, mind that we've developed, that has sought to understand and take over. And we need communities, we need each other to ripple together, together. To dissettle our minds and bodies. From colonial mindsets and return back to the ancient land of knowing. And that may look so different for each one of us. The mind might get busy hurrying to figure out, but what am I meant to do? How? What to do with all of this? What's my purpose? And try to figure out, and I can forget to keep quiet. So the answer reveals. Opening up each moment with a very simple invitation. What now? What am I meant to hear now? What truth is being revealed in this moment? It's really hard to do when our heart is breaking open. And yet, these are the moments that the deepest truths reveal. An inch at a time, a breath at a time, a step at a time. Love doesn't have measurements of big and small. This true love doesn't have expectations of how fast or slow. These are polarities that don't make sense anymore in this place of truth. If your moment is the slightest step into courage, that's your moment. That's your power and truth in the moment. If your moment calls for a big leap of faith that's unfathomable to your mind, then that's your moment. I keep asking myself, how deeply can I love? How truly deeply can I be love? We're all work in progress, and we're complete, and that's the paradox. How deeply can we surrender to this well of love for ourselves and the world, and let it become our walking prayer, as my teacher says. Let it become our mantra on a daily basis. From the way we make our cup of tea, the way we're cooking our food, the way we're playing or not with our kids. I've got a lot to undo on that front. A few more minutes before we bring some conversations in. Just really simply rest in knowing of your wholesome completion, just as you are, right here, right now. You're so deeply loved. You'd be very welcome. If you want to join our group, I'll put the details below. And I'll stop the recording now. We've got somebody else coming in, I think. Thank you for listening.